Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the mud wall. Now, the mud wall is one of the first moves that you get when you boot up Shinobi Strikers for the first time. It is exclusive to the defense type, and this is already a massive downside to the mud wall, given that it's the first move. People look at it, oh, it's that first move that we get. It's not going to be any good. The moment I get something better, the moment I get Yamato's wood style, I'm going to swap off mud wall for his dome or whatever. So it's already in a pretty bad spot. But here in this most recent update, they've actually buffed the mud wall a little bit. Before we get into that though, if you haven't already, it would be greatly appreciated if you would like the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a ton. It'll help me spread my reach to more people on the internet. It'll help me grow and allow more people to see these videos and to learn just all these various game mechanics or see just exciting gameplay, I guess. In quotes, air quotes, exciting gameplay. If they're just bored or whatever. But anyways, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the mud wall. Now you're not gonna believe me, but the mud wall is actually kind of crazy. So the mud wall, you weave a single hand sign, put your hand on the ground, and a wall will come out of the ground. Anybody standing in place of the wall when it comes up out of the ground will get knocked back. It will stay in place, assuming an opponent doesn't destroy it. It will stay in place for 8 seconds, and then it will explode, causing damage to any opponent within a short radius of the wall itself. And then something else to mention is the cooldown is only 9 seconds. So if the opponent doesn't come up and blow up the wall themselves, you're gonna have mud wall almost as quickly as soon as it goes away, you're gonna have it back again. So if you get the spam scroll buff, oh, it's gonna be even more insane. So now, conceptually speaking, the mud wall is maybe one of the best moves on base or flag battle right now. As I said, when the mud wall breaks, it explodes and it deals damage and it knocks back the opponent. There aren't many moves that can break the mud wall and not cause this to happen to you, with the exception of Majestic Destroyer Flame and some of those other range moves. But aside from that, the attack type, the defense type, the heal type, they all are much more up close and personal. And if they want to break the wall, they're going to have to hit it with something much more up close and personal, meaning they're going to be right in that range where it explodes when they break the wall. Of course, if they break the wall before the end of its 8 seconds, it won't be off cooldown as quickly as it would be if you were to let it run out naturally. But again, you've got other moves to defend yourself with while you wait for that extremely short cooldown to finish up. So all this means is you either have an infinite loop of wall that's going to prevent your opponent from being able to get onto the point at all, or you are going to use this wall almost offensively here, hoping that they'll hit the wall and explode, causing them to knock back on certain maps like the Forest of Death, where a lot of those points are sitting right on top of a ledge, or on the Village in the Clouds map that you're seeing right now. A lot of the points are on a ledge where if you hit them, they'll fall backwards and then fall down the ledge, giving you some time to get your cooldowns back and defend with your other move. You'll see I'm running Shark Bomb. It goes through walls, and they don't expect it after they have fallen several feet down the ledge. So it is honestly an amazing defense for flag and base battle. There's not really much more to say, so let's just break down and analyze this match and see how the mud wall plays out and pulls throughout the entirety of this one. You'll see in this gameplay right now that the match starts off as pretty normal, right? Both teams capture their home base, and then everybody rushes towards B to catch B. And you'll see it's a bit of a skirmish trying to catch B as we battle back and forth for the point. This build isn't offensive, the move isn't offensive, so it's not really made for capturing points, which makes that tough. But once the point has been captured, like it has right here, you'll see through the rest of this match that they have a really hard time taking B back. Uh, I say that as they nearly take B back here, but the wall, I find myself in several instances defending against three people by myself, just with the wall and the shark bomb, and they take way longer than it would normally take three people to beat a single person for a point, because the mud wall is just that good defensively. It is really good for that right there. If somebody charges you, you put it down, you knock them back. That throws them off the point, resetting the cooldowns right there and then you play your defense from there as you would. So here's that 3v1. They do get the point. Uh, I think I might actually die here. But I continue fighting here. I don't really have any way to deal with that water pillar, so it's just a matter of letting that run out. That's the only real issue. Maybe something I would suggest if running the wall, maybe run something that can break water pillar. Just to keep that defense if somebody comes and tries to hard push with that water pillar, break it down. But here we get B back, and then I don't think I lose B for the rest of this match. I do snipe him with Shark Bomb here just because figured I had the opportunity to, and I'd help out Despair up there. I see somebody coming towards B here, and so I figure I'll make my way back, or I thought I would make my way back. I guess not. That's strange. I must have missed it in the actual gameplay, but right here we take B. We're we're chilling. I come back to B just to play it safe, make sure nobody comes over here. As I do, whoever that was I saw over here, I don't know where they went, which is strange, but I go ahead and hit him with a shark bomb, knock him off. Next thing I do, hit him with the wall. I thought I was going to pitfall him there. That would have been rather funny. But he's going to come charging at me, and there's that wall. And just like that, you see I already have the wall off cooldown. I do flop it, so I fall back on my safety net. I use Karma Linchpin. He's not going to be able to knock me off the point, and he actually starts running the other way because he doesn't want to deal with that. You're going to see me launch a Shark Bomb at him. It's not going to hit, but keeping some pressure on him. Now he's going to push back. There's that wall, so he has to go around. And Majestic Destroyer Flame misses the wall. Uh, I was pretty sure it'd be big enough to hit, but there it is again. It knocked him back. He's going to keep hitting me. I have no substitution to get away with any of that, but I do finally die here. And I think they do take B. But it took forever for him to beat me, and if I were to play that a little bit smarter, I wouldn't have lost B. The placement of my mud walls were a little bit questionable there, but that happens. So I make my way back over here. There seems to be fighting behind me at C, but it's home base. I trust I can handle it. We get B back because they're not defending. I see him go back to B. I don't want that to happen. I hit him with the shark bomb, and he hits me with the poison cloud. He's going to sit here and keep trying it. Right here, I think, yep, there's that mud wall. He's not going to be able to hit me. The cooldown resets on the base. Right here, I learned that Shark Bomb doesn't go through the mud wall. Fair enough. And he starts running towards C. I think I'm debating here whether or not I should go back and try to grab it. I do. He's going to get C because there's nobody back there. I changed my mind here because we actually have A, so we still have the point advantage. I figure it's still better just to hold B to finish out the game altogether. So I'm going to hit him with another Shark Bomb here. I guess I miss actually, but I don't know where he goes right there. I don't know. I don't know what happened to him. That was strange. But they're going to pull back C. I'm still just holding B. And we're just going to play the defense game because that's what we're doing that's what Mud Wall is for. So again, he rushes at me, and that's if you learn the timing on that, you'll hit them with that every time. But here I see three people coming, so Karma Linchpin for the sake of holding the point long enough to win the game. Nez is going to keep spinning in circles because spinning is fun. Let's be real here. But I don't know where Nez goes here. Nez just disappears. I'm not really sure where they went. There they are. They're on my right side. But we've held the point long enough that I don't think it makes a difference. There's that water pillar to back me up as I got side swept. But after that, we kind of just hold these points and win the match. But yeah, no. Overall speaking, the mud wall is actually a crazy defensive move now. It's probably the best on the defensive type as a whole. Let's be real. But yeah, the mud wall is crazy with the additional damage and knockback upon the explosion of the wall at the end. The mud wall is actually really viable. They won't just sit there and wait for your mud wall to run out because now there's consequences from just standing there watching. So the mud wall is actually really good for defense in that at the end of the move, they won't just stand there and capitalize on the fact that they've just been watching and waiting for it to disappear like so many other defensive moves in this game will. So it is probably the best defensive move for base battle and flag battle right now on the defensive type. So if you haven't used it, honestly, I would absolutely recommend it. If you like to play defense on these types of game modes as opposed to being aggressive on other points, definitely throw Mudwall on your build and give it a try. But aside from that, there's not really much more to say about the Mudwall. So that's going to do it for me here. Again, if you haven't, like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.